aloha there, and we're back to talking about Ethiopia, this long article. Last time we talked about was its history. Now, what is it? Okay, yeah. When it comes to prehistory, they talk about that, but it didn't reach to antiquity because learning about Ethiopia is not just learning about itself as a country, a modern day country, but a old civilization. Just like the ancient civilizations of China and Egypt, and even when it comes to the Paleolithic and Neolithic eras of human history. A lot of things are centered in this one place called Ethiopia in the world. Now, antiquity. In 9080 BCE, Dipt was established in pre-day Eritrea in the Tigray region of Ethiopia. This Pelites capital was located at Iha in what is now northern Ethiopia. Most modern historians consider the civilization to be native Ethiopian or native Ethiopian one, although in earlier times many suggested it was Sabian influence because of the latter's hegemony of the Red Sea. Other scholars regard Dimt as the result of a union of Afro-Asiatic speaking cultures of the Crustic and Semitic branches, namely local Agnol peoples and Sabians from southern Arabia. However, Ge'ez, the ancient Semitic language of Ethiopia, is thought to have developed independently from the Sabian language as early as 2000 BCE. Other Semitic speakers were living in Ethiopia and Eritrea, where Ge'ez developed. Sabian influence is now thought to have been minor. Influence is now thought to have been minor, limited to a few localites, and disappearing after a few decades or a century. It may have been a trading and military colony in alliance with the Ethiopian civilization of Dimt, or some other proto-Atsumite state. After the fall of Dimt during the 14th century BCE, the Ethiopian plateau came to be dominated by smaller successor kingdoms. In the 1st century CE, the kingdom of Aksum emerged in what is now Tigray region and Eritrea. According to the medieval book of Aksum, the kingdom's first capital, Masabir, was built by Elop's son of Cush. Aksum would later at times extend its role into Yemen on the other side of the Red Sea. The Persian prophet Mani listed Aksum with Rome, Persia, and China as one of the 4 powers of his era during the 3rd century. It's also believed that there was a connection between Egyptian and Ethiopian churches. There is definitive evidence that the Aksumites were associated with the Queen of Sheba via their royal inscription. Around 316 CE, Phraametus and his brother Edis from Troy accompanied their uncle on a voyage to Ethiopia. When the vessel stopped at a Red Sea port, the natives killed all the travelers except the 2 brothers, who were taken to the court as slaves. They were given positions of trust by the monarch, and they converted members of the royal court to Christianity. Phraametus became the first bishop of Aksum. A coin dated to 324 shows the Ethiopian was the second country to officially adopt Christianity after Armenia did so in 301. Although the religion may have been first confined to count circles, it was the first major power to do so. The Aksamites were accustomed to the Greco-Roman sphere of influence, but embarked on a significant cultural ties and trade connections between the Indian subcontinent and the Roman Empire via the Silk Road, primarily exporting, exporting ivory, tortoiseshell, gold, and emeralds, and importing silk and spices. So antiquity, yeah, the obelisk of Aksum dates from the 4th century modern day, and the Aksumanite currency of the Aksamite king and called Endubus 227 through 35th at the British Museum. The inscriptions in ancient Greek read that king of Aksum and that king Anubis. The Greek language was the lingua franca by the time, so its use in coins simplified foreign trade. Now. So when it comes to antiquity, in 180 BCE, the Diet was established in present-day Ethiopia region. Okay, so going on when it came to, yeah, this is a lot to know. So when it comes to prehistory, following the people discovering different people. And then when it comes to antiquity, when it comes to a recorded language, it's established in present-day Eritrea and region of Ethiopia. Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, the Dept was a kingdom located in Eritrea, northern Europe, Ethiopia, that existed between the 10th century, 5th century CE. Oh, Sabian. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Sabians. Were an ancient group of South Arabs? Yeah. Arabians that spoke Sabak, one of the old South Arabian languages. Yeah, along with local Agnol people from Siberia, from southern Arabia. Okay. There's a full depth, yeah. King's first capital was built by the son of Kush. There is definite evidence that the Axums are associated with the Queen of Sheba via their royal inscription. So yeah, following this. But embarked in significant cultural ties and trade connections between the Indian subcontinent and the Roman Empire via the Silk Road, primarily exporting ivory, tortoiseshell, gold, and emeralds, and importing silk and spices. So it actually being encompassed with so many different kingdoms formed Ethiopia as a place where it was a multicultural place. And it actually having some relatively good contact in 4 of the civilizations in the known world, particularly 3 of them. In the area of Persia, the area of Egypt, and the area of China because of the Silk Road. So that was its time. Now you have the Middle Ages. The kingdom adopted the name Ethiopia during the reign of Azana in the 4th century, after the conquest of Kingdom of Kush in 330. Aksumite territory reached its peak between the 5th and 6th centuries. This period was interrupted by several incursions into the South Arabian protectorate, including Jewish Dwa nobles of the Hiwati Kingdom and Aksumite Persian wars. In 575, the Aksumites besieged and retook Sana's following the assassination of its governor Said Diazin. The port city of Adolis was plundered by Arab Muslims in the 8th century during the irrevocable land degradation. Claimed climate change and sporadic rainfall precipitation from 730 to 760. The kingdom likely said declined its power and important trade route, and Red Sea was left to the Rashidun Caliphate in 646. Aksum came to an end in 960 when Queen Guldet defeated the last king of Aksum. Guldet's reign, which lasted for 40 years, aimed to abolish Christianity, a religion first accepted by King Azana of the Aksum dynasty, by burning down churches and crucifying people who remained faithful to the Orthodox Tewahin Church, which at the time was considered as religion of the state. Gaudet tried to force many people to change their religion and destroyed much historical heritage of the Aksumite dynasty, earning her the epithet of Yildiz Gundit. Yeah, that's a play on words approximating to Judith, the evil one. Judith's devastation caused the remnant of the Aksumite population to shift into the southern region and establish the Zagwe dynasty, changing its capital to La Bibel. The dynasty was ruled by ethnic Agnol from circa 912. Although most native sources indicate 1137 when its founded Mara Dakla Hamat overthrew the last Aksumite king Del Nord and married his daughter. The Zagwe dynasty was known for the revival of Christianity. By the 13th century, Christianity reached the Shenwan region. To his regions. 13th century Christianity reached. Actually, is this all good? Let's see. Solomon. Dynasty. So Emperor Yos. Yeah, I'm getting an idea of how everything is followed. Especially since there's a lot of religious dispute between rulers trying to rule. I mean, this is part of medieval history. I don't know much about it, and when it comes to understanding how kingdoms form and go, well, Zagre's rule ended when the Amhara nobleman Yakono Amlak revolted against King Yetbarak and established the Ethiopian Empire, known by Aksum Abbasid? Abyssina, he inaugurated the Solomonic dynasty, supposedly traced to the biblical Solomon and Queen Sheba, and claimed that Menelik I was their firstborn, inaugurated the dynasty and the first empire of Ethiopia in the 10th century BCE. According to the medieval Ethiopian chronicle Kibra Nagast, which was translated to in 1321. His name was Abnalekim, son of the wise. In the early 15th century, Ethiopia sought to make diplomatic contact with European kingdoms for the first time since the Aksumite era. A letter from Henry IV of England to the Ethiopian emperor survives. In 1428, Yakshak first sent two emissaries to Alfonso V of Aragon, who sent his own emissaries that failed to complete the return trip home to Aragon. The first continuous relations Europeans began in 1508 with Portugal under Dawit II. So yeah, looking through the pictures here, Emperor Yankee and Aksum portrait allegedly from the 18th century, but this is allegedly. And the kingdom of Aksum at its peak in the 6th century. This actually being pretty impressive because of how previously the amount of people who are influenced in this general area is now in one kingdom, the kingdom of Aksum. And therefore, they have a good presence in back then in the Middle Ages. They have a stage to look up. Well, that and also making sure that everybody gets to flourish with. Yeah, my mind is just being boggled, but yeah. Flourish riches because of the Silk Road is going through the country, and it is something that makes the kingdom rich and flourished with wealth. Okay, so yeah, the kingdom adopted the name Ethiopia because of rain that's on it, but because its belief on people be part of religion. Yeah. Such. Let me actually read this. Well, at least skim through it. The area wasn't directly. Yeah, I'm actually feeling quite hot. That's not good. Winded? Yeah, I'm probably not. Let me actually get some rest. Well, sit down for a bit. Look through the article. Alrighty. Well. Yeah, I probably should get some rest. Well, I already finished reading when it comes to the Middle Ages. So I could head to the Abyssinian Outer War next time. Anyway, aloha.